Hi there, I'm James.
And I'm Paul, and this is Chompers. Oh, uh-oh, what does she see?
She sees a passing dog.
This is the Great American RV Trip 2021. And we are coming to you from Jones Pond in Angelica, New York, which is in what we used to think was upstate New York.
Right.
But what we found out is that people in Manhattan call this upstate New York. People who live up here call it either Eastern New York, Western New York, the Southern Tier. So technically we are in Western New York.
So we learned something.
Yeah, we learned something. But we didn't come straight to Jones Pond. We had to make a stop in the town of Cuba, New York, which is home of James's favorite
Cuba Cheese Shop. Now, we pass a lot of produce stands, which is great for produce, but this RV stops for cheese.
All the time.
So we've been to Cuba Cheese Shop before, so it was a definite stop. As you can see, lots and lots of cheese, lots to choose from. They have a lot of domestic cheese and cheese that they make, but they also bring in some cheese from like Carr Valley in Wisconsin, which we stop at when we're there. They've got bruschettas, they've got aiolis, they've got cheese curds, they've got dips, breads, crackers. Anyway, it's great stuff for RVing because it's all gourmet-ish fun stuff, and you don't get this every day. And so we loaded up the RV.
So if you are cruising through, I guess, the southern tier of New York on your way to Jones Pond, definitely stop in Cuba. It's worth the stop.
And I don't know if Cuba has anything to do with Cuba.
I don't know.
Anyway, do make it a stop.
So now we're at Jones Pond. We've been here for about a week. James, tell us a little bit about Jones Pond.
This is our fourth trip at Jones Pond. There is actually a pond called Jones Pond as you enter the property. This is a really nice campground. It's very sprawling. Lots of permanent people here, very, very friendly. They do events and such. There's a tenting area, the pool, clubhouse, which also is a disco at night. There's a restaurant. Cabins can be rented. There's a shower house that's great. Even laundry, so we can catch up on laundry. They do recycling here, which is nice. What else? People run around on their golf carts here because it is so big. And it's funny to see these seas and seas of golf carts, like parking lots of golf carts. We walk. Paul takes a scooter.
Yeah, it was fun to get the scooter out and scooter up and down the hills. It was very fun. A lot of these campgrounds on weekends have special events to attract people, and the weekend we were here was Bear Weekend. So Bear Weekend, they had a bunch of different events. There was bingo. We actually played bingo.
That's always fun.
Yeah, a couple dance parties. A couple of the perms here hosted cocktail parties, which is really nice. And every weekend night, they have a big group fire pit, which is really, really fun. People hang out there. It's also a great place for meeting people. We crossed over with friends that we know from Palm Springs who were camping here, so it was neat to catch up with them.
Nice to see them.
Yeah. And the brother and partner of friends of ours in Palm Springs lived nearby.
So they came by to chat.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was very fun.
And we also met some guys that actually follow us on YouTube. So see, Mom, there's more than just you following us and watching our videos on YouTube. Our site, why don't you tell us a little bit about our site?
Our site, so there's a row of about 6 or 8 travelers through kind of RV sites. They're very roomy, plenty of space for large or small. It's very level, nice and gravel. There's a nice fire pit area and a picnic area. We have water and electricity. We don't have any dumping ability, but this is becoming more and more common at a lot of these places. Putting in a sewer system has really got to be difficult, especially for winter months when
they do have a dump station though. So
they do have a station.
We dumped before we came. We'll dump out when we leave. The Wi-Fi is a bit sketchy.
Oh yeah, that's always tough. Geez, I thought it would be better, but it's tough. Came and went. We were barely getting our coverage. We're T-Mobile. That's always a little frustrating, but you know, we're not heavily
And even
in need.
Verizon on our Verizon hotspot was a little sketchy. But,
but
overall, I mean, you kind of take that when you're camping, and especially when you're in wherever we are, the Southern Tier or Western New York, wherever. So James, what would you rate this campground?
I really love this campground. They're very friendly, very fun, lots of things to do. I say 7.5, and I only say that.
7.5?
Yeah, wow. 7. Well, you know, because 9 is a 10 to me, so 7.5.
God.
If the Wi-Fi, and let's say 8, if the Wi-Fi were better, it would even be higher. Really, honestly, that's kind of a difficult thing, just because you kind of want to read news and crap.
So you'd give it ended up at an 8?
An 8, yeah. We're used to not having a sewer at our site.
I would go higher. For my rating would be a 9. This is one of my favorites. You know, a lot of these campsites, the people are what make it friendly. I mean, it's great scenery. It's a great place to be. But people here are just so friendly, and they always make our stay a good time. So I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I agree.
So you've got an 8, I've got a 9 on this one.
And the permanent people actually remember us from year to year. It's really kind of nice
to see the same people and they go, oh, you guys are back. It's very fun. One of the great things, though, about having friends that live nearby is they actually picked us up and took us out to see some of the area.
Yeah, we got a day trip. We went to Letchworth State Park, which is known as Grand Canyon of the East. There's a series, it's a huge gorge, a series of 3 huge waterfalls, and at the end is a dam. It's the largest cement dam east of the Mississippi, and it protects the farmland that's beyond it. And this river runs north. What is it called? The Allegheny River? Can't remember. Heading north.
It actually protected the city of Rochester back in the 70s.
Yeah, from a major flood.
And it was voted America's best state park.
Yeah.
I don't know who voted, but that's what it says.
There's some hiking trails, a lot of big picnic areas. We went and had lunch at the house.
We had a nice lunch at, I think, the Iris Inn that overlooks the falls. That was really very
Letchworth built this house, and now it is a hotel, and you can have lunch, and it's right at the main falls, so that was a beautiful sight.
So that's another place we would highly recommend. If you're staying at Jones Pond, do a day trip to Letchworth State Park. A lot to see. Very cool. Have lunch there and all that.
And it was fun to get off the campsite, so we appreciate the guys taking us around.
Yeah. So all in all, what the Manhattanites call upstate New York, great adventure up here. Highly recommend exploring this area if you are on an RV trip. And as always,
we venture off. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. If you haven't subscribed, there is that button you see.
And if you click the little bell for notifications, you'll get notified when we post new videos.
Yeah,
so
and thanks for all of your participation.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And here's my word to the wise. You know what? Sometimes karma is a bitch. And you really got to think about that when you go through your life, right, James?
I don't know about that, but anyway, pay attention to how you act in public, maybe.
Yeah, so, all right.
All right.
Travel safely.
Safe
Thanks
travels,
for watching.
everyone. Ciao.
Ciao.